What shocked me the other day was a woman, and she was a preschool mom, and I mentioned to her about the initiative that President Trump's wife is taking.
Imagine a humanoid educator named Plato. Access to the classical studies is now instantaneous. Literature, science, art, philosophy, mathematics, and history. Humanity's entire corpus of information is available in the comfort of your home. Plato will provide a personalized experience, adaptive to the needs of each student. Plato is always patient and always available. Predictably, our children will develop deep critical thinking and independent reasoning abilities.
And Play-Doh into the curriculum, which is already part of the curriculum, but she's going to do it through AI and machinery. And what really caught my attention in that moment was the fact that I was telling her something that was on television, and it was televised to everybody. Everybody could see this entire thing, but I guess we've been programmed not to listen. And so I did the listening for her, and I informed her about that the children in the future, her children, would probably be going to school with AI robots rather than physical ones. And she said, what? And I said, yeah. I said, well, that's what the administration and all of the tech billionaires want to go. They want to go in that direction, to have AI to teach your children, right? And that way they can control the curriculum. I didn't really say that, but it seems that that's what they're trying to do. And so this really caught her attention, and she said, really? And she said, I'll have to look that up. And I said, well, yeah, that's good. Look it up. In that moment, what really helped me to realize why it's important to be on social media, why it's important to not stop talking and raising people's awareness, is the fact that there are a lot of people today who do not know what's going on, even though it's being televised, even though you're being talked to about it. They are not putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I guess there's just so many things happening now in the world that are affecting their lives that they, maybe don't have the energy, the exhaustive energy to do the research, to think about what this world is going to be like in the future, because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is coming. And we don't preach that anymore. What we are preaching is a future that is totally different than the future that when we talk about, being born again and having Christ. And so you even have Christians who don't really catch the significance of how the different timelines, the different two views of our future, the eschatology doesn't line up, right? And for those of you who understand what I'm talking about, you'll see that the narrative of evolution cannot match the narrative of the kingdom of God. The narrative that we will have robots in the future teaching our children does not line up with kingdom theology, right? Anyway, you let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, share the video if you think you'd like to. God bless.